Some frames don't break easy. You gotta step out of there. I've been trying to get out the frame, out the view. With the same old pain, keep calling my name, like you know. Every corner got a memory I can't undo. But I'm learning how to walk with the sky feel. Out the frame, I can't stay in that picture no more. Same reflection got me knocking on different doors. From the block where the struggle road every rule. Now I'm stepping out the frame just to find what is true. I grew up where the walls felt like they had ears. Every silence had tension, every laugh had tears. Like life was a cycle that just kept replaying. Same script, different faces, but nobody changing. Seen dreams get cropped out the final shot, like they never existed in the life we got. Had to zoom out slow just to see what's real. Cause the frame was a prison I was taught to fit. Every block had a story I was stuck inside, like a photograph frozen where hope went to hide. But I started noticing cracks in the glass where the light from outside started breaking the past. So I shifted my focus, changed my lens, started questioning everything I call friends. I've been trying to get out the frame, out the view, with the same old pain. With the same old pain, keep calling my name, like you know, like you know. Every corner got a memory I can't undo. But I'm learning how to walk where the sky feel new. Out the frame, out the frame, I can't stay in that picture no more. Same reflection got me knocking on different doors. From the block where the struggle wrote every rule. Now I'm stepping out the frame just to find what is true. It's strange when you leave, but the mind's still stuck. Like you escaped the cage, but forgot how to trust. Cause the frame don't just live in the streets you see. It live in the way you was taught to believe. I tried running from echoes that lived in my head, but they follow like shadows. Tied to the bed you can't leave. Still ringing loud like the block put a speaker inside the cloud. But I studied the pattern, decoded the pain. Realized the frame was never just changed. It was fear, it was doubt, it was comfort disguised. Like a photo you hate but still idolize. So I broke my focus, blurred the past, started walking forward instead of looking back. I've been trying to get out the frame, out the view, with the same old pain. With the same old pain, keep calling my name, like you know, like you know. Every corner got a memory I can't undo. But I'm learning how to walk with the sky.
We are coming at you for midnight Mondays here on GAB Sports, where it's midnight, approaching midnight here on the East Coast. But over here on the West Coast, it's only 8:45. But we are jumping into a BBM tonight because we are looking for plus EV over here in this midnight Mondays. We come at you with a BBM. All right, yeah, we got the sound back. All right, yeah, thanks. And appreciate you. Our guy Losimo in the building with the good evening as he always comes in, wishing us the best. And we wish you the best too, my guy, in these streets, man. Let's go ahead and get some money, right? All right, so we are going to go ahead and bring you a draft or two, probably two. I'll do a BBM start off, and then we'll probably jump into one of the puppies. I did put the little promo in there, get my little two puppies. So I got to do one right now, probably do one in the morning, one now. Or maybe we do all three drafts tonight. Maybe we do a BBM and two puppies. Who knows? Depends on how everything goes. But appreciate you all coming in, checking us out here at GAB Sports. It's your guy, YUUNGMOOLAHH, and we are gentle and blissful, gifted and beautiful, generous and benevolent, and most appreciatively, we are grateful and blessed. Guidelines to achieve and build GAB Sports. And so I think there's a lot of stuff to get after today, and we're going to go ahead and do that. very shortly, where we'll just go have a quick little discussion and then jump into a draft. And we'll do that right after the intro, right? About another 100 seconds. I'll be right back. That's all right. And we'll go with Rogers right here. Hell no, we ain't taking Rogers. I'm a risk it biscuit, man. I'm gonna risk it biscuit. See?
By Thursday, I'm the rumor. By Sunday, I'm the why. My stats got battle scars. My gut got proven shine. I treat that whole scoreboard like a chessboard, line by line. You brag about one big week, I brag about the repeat. I'm wearing rings in my mind before the season's even complete. Check the line, I'm locked in. Every pick I tee. You bring a hot take, I bring season-long receipts. I got the crown. Draft day, I run this town. Stack my wins, cash my clouds. Say my name when lights go out. I got the crown. Your whole league know who's around. I call shots, I don't shout. Say my name when lights go out. Tell 'em I'm built for the long game. Cold hand, sharp eye. I don't need a lucky bounce, I make my own sky. One more slide, one more steal, watch me turn the room. From a draft night whisper to a first place boom.
That's balling for life. It's Moolah on a mission. Timely hot takes, on point analysis delivered with precision. Setting rules to this game, invoking martial law, going all out. We don't stop.
Win, lose, or draw.
Yes. Okay, let's go ahead and get right at it. Yeah, these ambiguous backfields, man, it's creating a quandary for many of us out here, and I'm no different than anybody else. We are gonna just kind of take a position or not, right? We either got to make a decision now on where you want to ride with some of these ambiguous backfields. And I'm talking about backfields. Let's define what we're talking about first. Ambiguous backfields, from my definition. You can have your own thoughts on this, but this is a pretty good start, I'm sure. Are backfields which have, I'm going to make it three guys in the mix for touches, for a good role, piece of the pie, whatever you want to say. The old RBBCs we used to talk about, running back by committees. These are the ambiguous backfields, right? Not just two guys. Two guys is just a split backfield. We'll just call that a split backfield. But the ambiguous backfields are the RBBCs, where there's three guys usually in the mix for some touches. And so we're looking at the Tennessee Titans. A lot of people might think it's just Tony Pollard and Ty J. Spears. Well, I'm here to tell you, no, that young fella's got some talent over there in Tennessee, Nick Singleton, and he might be in the mix for some touches. So that could become a headache of type of a backfield. You might have to just take one of those dudes, hope somebody gets injured or whatever. These are the types of things we're going to look at. Minnesota, right? There could be a third guy in the mix, and it might not be the rookie, Demond Claiborne. They got some guy last year they kept giving some touches every once in a while too. I even forget his name, Xavier something, I don't know. But he was getting some touches. And then you got Washington, right, which is probably one of the more difficult ones to decipher, but it's also going to be maybe one of the most lucrative ones if you get this one right? Where you got JCM, our poster boy here. You got Rashad White, and you also got Katron Allen. So you got three guys there. And then one I didn't even put on the board. Well, we'll talk about the Broncos. The Broncos first. We did talk about the Broncos. They're in the poll. In case you didn't go to the poll, go ahead and check that poll out. But the Broncos with J.K. Dobbins, always injury prone. R.J. Harvey, a little disappointing last year. And then they brought in a rookie who's kind of under the radar. A lot of people are dismissing this guy. I'm not. And that's Jonah Coleman. So there's three guys there. And the team, one of the teams I didn't even put on here, where there's three guys who are in the mix. And I would not be drafting the first guy because of the cost, because there's other dudes that will be in the mix for touches here. And that would be your Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Bucky Irving, Kenneth Gainwell, and Sean Tucker. All three of those guys could see touches and have a role here in this backfield. So these ambiguous backfields are something that can sometimes lead to a fruitful situation if the backfield consolidates itself over time, and that's kind of what we're hoping for, right? You start off maybe 3 guys, but you don't want it to end up with all 3 guys by the end of the season. You want somebody to either emerge as the top player, or they end up getting hurt. 1 or 2 guys get hurt, and then you got the last guy standing. So sometimes you can find some value in these ambiguous backfields, and to me, it's all about the cost. When I'm dealing with an ambiguous backfield, I don't want to spend a top price for a guy I'm guessing is he going to have a major role or not. And so to me, the Bucky Irving price in this ambiguous backfield is ridiculous. I'm not paying a 5th round for a guy who might not even get half the touches. So that's just my stance on that particular situation. And so the lower the cost becomes, then I'm get more interested in these ambiguous backfields. That's how I tend to approach it. And those are the kind of decisions that I'm making right now, because most people, or at least a lot of people, I don't know about most, but a lot of people out here right now are just not making a decision on these backfields. And they'll just kind of wait till it shakes out in training camp, preseason, and then they'll start to determine which guy they want to ride. So that's fine too. But I try to make decisions ahead of the curve mostly. And because the decisions I can make later, that's the decision everybody can make. We all can wait and say, oh, let me see if this guy emerges, or let me see what they say who the start is. We all can do that. And, so you're just going to be riding with everybody else if you just wait for everything. So if you're ahead of the curve, you're going to get better prices. But you could be wrong. True. But I just tend to try to take a position, take a stance right now ahead of the masses, and we maybe get into that as the draft proceeds. So we're going to go ahead and jump into a BBM right now. And if that situation arises where we can talk about some of the decisions of these ambiguous backfields, then we'll go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and check out the BBM, right? These BBM streets late at night. Let's see if we can go ahead and get into one right now, which we may be able to. Hopefully the rooms aren't empty or nothing. So let's check that out. The BBM streets late at night here on Midnight Mondays, brought to you by GAB Sports. All right, let's check out the BBM streets. Okay. All right, so let's see what's going on, man, right now in the BBM streets. We're going to jump into this BBM right here, right now in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're in the BBM right now. Just waiting on just one person. Wow, he's ready to fill up. Maybe there's another guy out here streaming, or some people. There's people waiting in this one, man. But let's go ahead and see what position we go ahead and get. Oh, we got the 11 hole. We all right with that, man. I like it drafting in the late spots plenty of times. We're in the 11 hole. Don't see many other people in here that I recognize. That's quite all right. If you were trying to get in, I hope you're able to get in. All right. And so one of the things that we have been doing in these BBMs is making sure we're not pressing buttons, clicking buttons on dudes who have kind of just, their ADP has just gotten out of hand. Because right, one thing I always like to keep in mind is that this BBM has been going on since early May, right? As soon as the contest started. And it's going to continue all the way through the end of August, early September, right? So I don't want to be clicking dudes right now who have risen too much, because unless they're just a clear top play on the board, but there's not a lot of guys who have risen a big, tremendous amount who are the top guys on the board. There's not a lot of those. There are a few, but I don't want to be doing that here in the BBM, where you're overvaluing guys who have risen dramatically with no news. Basically, there's dudes who are rising with zero news. How are you rising and there's even any news? There's nobody who's been cut on your team. You didn't they didn't consolidate, but you're rising anyway. That's a false rise, in my opinion. So I'm not buying those. I'll go ahead and hold steady on a lot of positions and wait for things to settle, and maybe some guys will backtrack off of this rise that they've had, and they'll start to slip back down a little bit at least. But we're coming up on the 11th spot. Let's go ahead and set the mood here. Welcome, everybody. Appreciate you all for coming to join us here in this BBM as we go ahead and make these two picks, and I'll go ahead and check in with you all. Let's see what we got going here. Share this tab instead. Let's go ahead and share the board as our pick is coming up. We're up next here on deck. And I think I want to go ahead and, JT falling this far? Okay, they didn't let me get him. We're going to go CD, or do we going to go Jefferson? I got to take one of these receivers. In fact, this guy's not going to take two receivers, so I'm going to go and take the backer that I want, actually. Because this guy's not going to take two receivers on the corner. He's a inexperienced badge. I'm going to project he will not take both receivers. So I'm going to get one of the receivers. He ain't taking both receivers. What? He took both receivers. What? That was good. I didn't think this guy would take both receivers. Most guys don't take both receivers if they don't have a badge. But good for you, guy. You took both receivers. I'm going to take this guy. Don't have much of this guy. Chan. And I like the fact that they added that big blocker in the draft, the Miami Dolphins, for Chan. And I think it's going to help him in the run game. The Dolphins could have a very good run game this year. They got like the biggest offensive tackle in league history, damn. He's about 380. And they can get this guy out there and doing some things. He'll be paving the way for Chan to run through some big creases here. And also, they could be behind quite a bit. Chan could get utilized. So let me get an Chan share. I don't have many of them. I'll take one right here. I may have a surprise with this Chan pick. Well, not really a surprise, but there's something I want to do with that Chan pick in mind. And so we'll see how that works out. Let's go ahead and check in with the chat here. All right. We got our guy, Steve-O, coming in. How you doing? Fanspeak Network. How you doing, Steve-O? If you aren't subscribed to Fanspeak Network, what are you waiting for? These are one of the best channels out here for fantasy sports. And so go ahead and check in with our guy, Steve-O, and subscribe to Fanspeak. If you aren't already. You probably are already, but if you're not, where you been? All right, our guy, Losimo. Oh, we got somebody in here. Okay, I'm in there with you at the 9 spot. Green Bean. All right, Green Bean. I'll check you out. What's up? What's up? What's good, Hartman? If you aren't checking out Hartman, go ahead and check out Hartman, streaming pretty much every day. And so Hartman has a channel, Hartman Fantasy. Check him out. We're here on YouTube. Yep. Thanks for checking in, guys. Please smash the like as you come on in. We are drafting a BBM here on GAB Sports, midnight Monday, seeking that plus EV late into the evening over here on the East Coast. We are on the West Coast, which is not very late, but we're looking for that plus EV as I come in late night with the BBM every Monday night. And then we'll probably jump into a fast puppy after this. But yeah, our guy Green Bean is in here with us at the 9 hole. Let's see what he did. He's got a start of James Cook, Chase Brown. That's not a nice start there. 2 versatile running backs and very good offenses. And we got a 2 RB start too with Hampton Chan out of the 11 hole. I actually not misplayed it, but I didn't think the guy on the end would take 2 receivers because I wanted one of those receivers. Thought I could get either one. He put a little surprise, took both of them, but that's good. Good for you, buddy. But we're going to make it work no matter what strategy we pull. So let's just see how we can get out of this room. We got a guy going with 3 straight receivers out of the 3 hole. And several people with 2 receivers and 3 picks. So that lets us know a little something about what we might need to do. We might go robust. We might just go the robust route to counter all those dudes. That's a possibility. When you see people going one way, sometimes you got to go the other way. I like the receivers I can get later. I can dig up a couple gems. That's how we believe in ourselves. We can dig up a couple gems later, man. We can do that. All right, so we will rock with. Is he still available? Yeah, this is what we wanted to do. Welcome aboard, Josh, baby. We are correlating that Week 17 matchup. Buffalo, Miami, right out the gate. Go with Josh Allen going down to South Beach in the middle of winter. The weather should be perfectly fine. And don't dismiss it being a competitive game between two divisional rivals. So that's what we're banking on. Oh, we can get neighbors right here. We can get neighbors. We're going to rock with a Chargers stack. Let's go with the Chargers. We're taking the Chargers. We got Hampton, McConkey with our guy, Josh Allen, Achan. This is pretty much the start we wanted once we started off with those two backs. Yeah, we got what we wanted out of the deal. And let's see if we can continue. Go ahead and put on a little mood music. Checking this out. Thank you for joining us here. As I put on the music, it may distort the mic just a little bit for a little bit of time, but hopefully that will go away very quickly. Usually does. Haven't figured out a way around that. Maybe I need to set it up earlier before I come on, and maybe that'll do it. I'll try that next time. Set up the sound earlier. See if I can turn it off and click it back on. Maybe it'll be okay. But please allow a little time for the distortion to disappear. Appreciate that. All right. We are rocking. Because we are best ball for life here at GAB Sports. And we have a goal we are trying to reach. And with your help, we can get there, man. We think we can get there. Road to 300 subs is underway. We're at 120 something now. Let me go ahead and update this. But we are trying to get there. If we do get there, we will go ahead and provide to the community of subscribers our Week 1 DFS picks. Because we are in these DFS streets heavily. And so we will provide those Week 1 DFS top plays for free. If we get this 300 subscriber goal, so go ahead and subscribe now. Tell your friends. Allow them to come into. This is a safe space. Come on. Come on over here. Get us to that 300 subscribers by the end of the hot best ball summer. We're coming at you 4 times a week here at GAB Sports. And we will also provide our NFL top plays for that week. The top picks versus Vegas. Yeah, because Vegas is going to get a lot of shit wrong early in the season, man. They always do. You just got to be able to find them. Find those weak spots. And some teams are going to be better than people think. Some teams are going to be better or worse than people think. And some games are going to be closer than people think early in the season. So we want to jump on some of those things early. And I think some of the trends this year that we're already looking at is that teams are going to run a lot more heavier packages. At least that's what they're saying they're going to do. And if their personnel suits it, they probably will. That could lead to less scoring in my eyes. So we're going to make sure we stay abreast of that. Less scoring right out the gate. Like when you start off seasons, they're trying to do all these heavy packages. They ain't really piling up the points when they trying to integrate something like that until they get more used to it. All right, so we're coming up here in the 5th round. What? PPR Tyler got this much impact on what he did today? I don't give a damn what the PPR Tyler said about this dude. This is my dude. I saw his video, and yeah, we rocking Bashal Tootin all day. I don't give a damn what anybody says. Yeah, we rolling with Bashal Tootin. He's going to be a superstar this year. In my book, I've seen enough. And once I see enough, that's all it takes. I don't care what nobody else says. Yeah, we're rocking Bashal Tootin to the bank this year. Yeah, no doubt about it. In my eyes. He's going to be the class of that backfield. That's why I didn't even think about putting Jacksonville in the Ambiguous backfield. This is the Tootin' show, man. Yeah. Toot toot is going to the station. And we're going to jump on the Tootin' train and ride on out of that station to Cashville. We're going to Cashville, Tennessee, man. Cashville, Tennessee. Yeah, we're going to Cashville, man, and cash that money, man, with Tootin'. Yep, let's do it. All right, so it's one of those things where everybody can have their own opinions about players, and who knows who's really going to be right. The chips, you got to play. But I put my chips on the table no matter where I'm at with the picks I'm going to roll with. And so, win, lose, or draw, man, we rolling with Tootin'. Already done deal. Decided. So let's go ahead and make this happen. We started off with we got a 1-3-1 out the gate. We behind on receiver. Oh, we got a 1-3-2, through 6. 1-3-2 through 6. And also, okay, that is quite all right. Because with Josh Allen in tow, we ain't even looking at quarterback until about the 15th round. Josh Allen, I don't need no supplemental dude. I see a lot of people taking Josh Allen, and then they'll turn around in the 8th round and take another quarterback. Why? What do I need to do that for? Josh Allen is going to be money 99% of the week. So I'm just taking another dude to do what? Sit on my bench with 25 points after Josh Allen got 30? And you're going to be sitting on the bench with 25. I don't need that. No, I'm going to get a position player in all these picks. I am never taking an elite quarterback with Josh Allen unless there's just something ridiculous that happens. Like Lamar falls to the 7th round or something. Okay, I'll take it. 7.11. But other than that, man, Josh don't need no help. Don't need no assistant. He's the one that's going to get us to the playoffs. I don't want 26 points sitting on my bench every other week. Shit, fuck that. Let's go ahead and ride with the dude that brought you. Dance with the girl you brought to the dance. Right, that's what they say. Don't try to dance with somebody else. That's the one you brought. You brought your lady, man. Dance with your lady. Okay, so we are here in the 7th round of this BBM draft. We got our guy Green Bean sitting in the 9 hole. He's got James Cook, Chase Brown, Travis Etienne. He's got the 3 robust running backs out the box with a skinny stack of Terry McLaurin and Jaden Dennis. I like that start. Carnell Tate, very solid start. Let's see what we want to do here. Over here in the 7th round, winding down. We are next up. We are 1 pick away. Okay. Who do we got? Who do we like? I don't know, man, how this is looking. We do want a receiver. We'll pull this guy up. I don't mind pulling dudes up a little bit. Just a little bit. We can pull a guy up a little bit. We'll pull him up a little bit. Chris Godwin. We like him. Let's see, who else do we like here on this corner? Addison. We want to pull up Addison. We're going to take this guy. We're going to take R.J. Harvey. All right. Don't have much of him. Don't really like him all that much either. But one thing I found out in my experience playing basketball, even if you don't like certain dudes, if their situation is pretty darn good, and this is a good situation, being in the Denver backfield, they have one of the best offensive lines in the game. They have a very good coach and staff, and they have a very good offense year in and year out under Sean Payton. So even if you don't like a specific guy, I'm not overly thrilled with R.J. Harvey, but he's in a great situation. So some dudes can just produce based on their situation. He's given the opportunity, and this is one of those ambiguous backfields that we talked about. So I attack ambiguous backfields. I don't run from them because there's contingency things that happen, like injuries, guys just outclass another guy or something. So RJ Harvey could be the beneficiary of an injury, obviously, or he got 11, 12 touchdowns last year. So, maybe he's one of those dudes that scores touchdowns. He's not really great, but he gets in the end zone because of the offense. He could be one of those kind of dudes. So with that kind of a situation, I'll take some RJ Harvey just off of that. I don't even like him. It ain't about liking people. It's about building the right team. Building the right team, you might need to put some dudes on it you don't really like. That's one of them. Yep. I never try to fall in love with players too much. I mean, there will be certain things that you can just ride because you feel a strong position on a certain take, like my Basal Tootin take. But the key that I found is that when you don't have a strong position or a strong liking for something, you still have to embrace it a little bit to some degree, because you're never going to be right 100% of the time. In this game, we're never going to be right even 60% of the time on our takes. People have this fallacy thinking that, oh man, I got this strong takes every year and this and that. This is the only way that this can have an outcome. This is the way that I believe it. Oh, you're wrong. The outcomes have such a wide range, of variance in all these outcomes that you can't be right that much in these outcomes. So you better be able to just take both sides of certain coins, to a certain degree, right? Don't just totally fade. There's very few dudes I will totally fade in a BBM or best ball of the year, right? If you're fading way too many dudes, you're going to have such a narrow pool and such a narrow combinations that you might even advance a lot. Okay, advance a lot with that, right? With that process, that kind of a portfolio. But then when they all fail, they're going to all fail at the same damn time, and you're going to be knocked out in week one. So you got such a narrow pool of players. Okay, your ass is out. Looking at everybody else play week 16 because you got such a narrow base of players. All your dudes didn't perform at the same time together, so you out. That's why that never pays to just have too narrow of a pool. That's what I've learned. And so sometimes our takes are right, sometimes they don't. So expand your horizons, expand your thought process, because you ain't going to be right most of the time. You're not. You're going to be right some of the time, and you're going to remember those some of the times, and it makes you think that you was right more than you was. No, you wasn't right that many times. You just remember those. All right, so we're going with Matthew Golden right here. We got the Packers. Man, it's a whole lot of quarterbacks balling here. I didn't even want to take one of them, but since I doubled up on the Packers, shit, we got to take our guy right here. So we'll do that, and we're done at quarterback. Yep, we'll stop right there. We'll be done at quarterback since I took both the Packers. We got Watson, Golden, and so we'll stop right there on the Packers duet. Let's go ahead and see the rest of the board here. Okay. And since we took our guys, the Packers. Hey, what's up, our guy here, Jeff? How you doing, my man? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping on in. All right. Since we got our guy, the Packers, we got to bring it to you. Wild cards, man. We play make. Yeah. One of our top releases here at GAB Sports under Hype Monsters. We got a Hype Monsters video of these two guys, and we're going to bust a little snippet of that right now. Wild cards. We play make. Here at GAB Sports. In honor of our two guys we just drafted, which is Christian Watson.
Now it's our time to pimp this game. City of cream witness a lethal pass in the tag. Charge it to the game, we keep playing. 17 weeks being my road to glory. Break it off for the buy-in. Lean on back, stack your chips on the table. Now you're ready for this story. Apathy, malaise and low energy, feeling the air. To me and my dog, creep on the scene. 2 aces drafted with high hopes. Lights, camera, action. Already learned the rope. Heavy hitters in the building, watch them stare as we play. Make on this field of green. From the Bay Lane marks, get on out the way. This here major talent now on display. 2 jokers in the deck, right? 2 black kings about to chuck deuces to the sky. Since you ain't really know, let the groove hit you while I proceed to go and make this play. So now you know. Stay on the sidelines if you choose. With these cards, we ain't gonna lose. We like to boogie.
Yes, that's we play make wild cards. And we also have several other videos under our Hype Monster series. Go ahead and check those out here in the archives, if you will. We got a couple other bangers out there that we made with those videos. And the Packers are one of those teams who I think could really be explosive this year, more than they have been in the past. With the way that Jacobs played last year, I can't think that they're just going to feed this guy as much as they have been feeding him. I think they're going to probably more rely on Jordan Love's arm more so than they have, as he's getting into his peak years here. He got a lot of youthful exuberance out here in the wide receiver space, and they're more consolidated this year. I don't know about this Savion Williams affection that I'm seeing out here, but hey, man, he may have a chance to get on the field, I guess. But I don't know if I'm ready to. I think he's more of a Debo type gadget player, so he could have a role in that he's getting that wing back or wide back type of, play. Stephon Diggs is definitely a consideration here. We'll go ahead and take him. Come on, welcome aboard the YUUNGMOOLAHH Express. Stephon Diggs. Go ahead and sign with somebody, right? Somebody signed the guy. Oh, we're going to run back something for that Week 17 game. Well, I didn't think this guy would be available here. We'll take Higgins. We got a little bit of a run back with our Green Bay stack against the Houston Texans Week 17. This is working out mighty fine. We got Chargers, Denver correlation. We got Buffalo, Miami correlation. We got Green Bay, Houston correlation. Oh, yeah, this is mighty fine. This is working out. This team. Oh, no, Chargers play Kansas City. They don't play Denver. What am I talking about? Chargers play Kansas City. So do we got any Kansas City? Nope. I don't even like Kansas City, so I'm okay. Yeah, I think a lot of these sidekick and all this type of stuff is pumping up the Chiefs. Why? Why you pumped up the Chiefs? The Chiefs have been terrible the last 3 years, and they got what's the coordinator back? Who's not that good? Eric Bieniemy. This guy's been terrible his last few stops. Hell no, I'm not buying into the Chiefs as bouncing back with some big time offense this year. Not buying it for 1 second. No. Go ahead and buy that one. I'm not. Show me that one. Were these a little overrated in my opinion? Yeah. We're going to come with the real talk, man. I don't care about people's feelings getting hurt if you own these teams or whatever. That's fine, man. I'm just telling you how I feel. But, it's all just good. We talk about everything and anything, and it's just my opinion. But the Chiefs haven't shown me shit in the last 3 years to give me confidence that they're just going to explode. Yeah, they added Kenneth Walker. That's a great addition. He'll do pretty fine. That don't mean the rest of y'all are going to do that great. Mahomes coming off a severe injury. They got B Enemy on their side. What's that? Ice Cube disc years ago, no Vaseline. Yellow Boy's on your team, so you're losing. Yo, Dre, stick to producing. Yeah, Yellow Boy was the weak link, he was saying. Yeah, Eric Bieniemy's on your squad, so you're losing. Yeah, Eric Bieniemy's a terrible coordinator. Terrible play caller. Andy Reid better make sure he calling everything. I don't have trust in Eric Bieniemy calling plays all season long. Yeah, I'll go ahead and buy that one. Not. But we'll see how it works out. But the Chiefs are not my cup of tea. Are you sidekick users? Come on over. Come into the YUUNGMOOLAHH Express. Yeah. When y'all taking all them Chiefs because the sidekick is telling you to, yeah, losing proposition is what I call that. Yeah. So let's go ahead and see how it plays out. All right, nice team, Bruno. I was hoping to take Kraft over Harvey in the 8th. You'd have the ultimate stack. Yeah. Kraft over Harvey? Yeah. I was thinking about it. That was my decision. I kept saying, should I pull Kraft here? But I was like, nah. Didn't really want a tight end yet. And so we are still looking for our tight end at some point. I think I got a couple that I do like. We're going to pull up this young fella as our first tight end. We're going for the home run. We're taking the mighty talented Kenyon Sadiq for the Jets. We think he can maybe, he's a rookie. It might take him a minute to get going. But at some point, he might get going. And then we got our dude, Trey Tucker, in the 14th. Sign me up. Sign me up for Trey Tucker in the 14th round. Yeah, this team's coming together pretty good here, I must say, if I do say so myself. We got a 2-4-7-1 through 14. Hampton, Achan, Tootin, Harvey. Shit, I might have stopped right there. Or we might just add one more player in that backfield. And then we also got McConkey, Christian Watson, and Golden. Our wild cards. We got Chris Godwin, Stephon Diggs, and Higgins and Tucker. All right. But we need to land this plane. We got to complete the deal and land the plane. Because I remember I'm going to need another tight end or two to supplement that room. So we will definitely do that. Let's see who's available. Some of the guys that are available are looking pretty good. Okay, let's see what the room is looking like. Our guy, Green Bean, has a 3-4-5-2. So he's added one more back. Let's see what other back did you add to that room there. Added Tank Bigsby to the trio that he took early. His two quarterbacks, Jaden Daniels-Dart and Daniel Jones. Jones with Downs. Okay. Dart. Where did Neighbors end up going? Neighbors. What? Middle fourth Neighbors? Woo-wee. I was this close to taking Neighbors. This close to taking. Mid fourth is a pretty good price if he's healthy. But that's the big question. If he's healthy. So there is some concern, rightfully so. Possible setback, all that kind of stuff is in play too. So we don't know. It's one of those things. Just got off work just to see one king draft another. All right. Tucker for life. Yes. All right. Go ahead and jump on in with the next one, man. We got one more coming up after this. It'll be Fast Puppy. Did you guys sign up for any of those promos? There are promos, in case you didn't know, in the Underdog lobby where you're getting, a certain number of drafts and they throw one in for free. So I just hit the puppy one because you only got a certain amount of time. I know I'm not going to do 4 BBMs in the next 24, 48 hours, so I didn't even sign up for that one. So I'm doing this one BBM tonight. I think we're restricting our BBMs to Monday nights here on midnight Mondays. That's the only time I'm going to do my BBMs for the rest of the season. It's only got a certain number that I've allotted, and we're kind of winding down, so they'll just fall into place here on these Mondays. The limbs, yeah, I think they got something for their limbs too. I think in most of their contests they got some sort of a promotion. So sign up for the ones that you like if you haven't already done that. Be a good way to get a little extra teams in there. Always take the free stuff because you're drafting them anyway. Might as well get a free one added to it. All right, so who do we got at the tight end spot? Still available. Gonna have to go with another young dude. We don't have to go with a young dude. We're gonna go with a veteran. We're taking Freiermuth. We'll take Freiermuth as our second tight end. Yeah, I was wondering one of those other guys, but they got taken. That's fine. Do we go with another Packer here? I think we're going to do that. We're going to take our other Packer we're high on here. We're going to complete the Packers full stack. Jordan Love +3. Got Jordan Love, Marshawn Lloyd, and his 2 top receivers. We got the Packers stack. Run back with Jaden Higgins for that Week 17 matchup. We got Josh Allen, absolutely naked. Will we end it that way? I might have a decent pick that's not getting picked. Yeah, I'm taking him. Yeah, we're going to take him. We're going to take him late, 18th round. Nobody's taking him. Give Josh Allen a partner. Yeah, we'll do that. So it's one of those things where I don't mind taking Josh Allen naked even because he's Josh Allen. We know he can run 3 scores in with his legs any given week. And nobody gets there except him. So a guy like Josh Allen naked, a guy like Lamar naked, a guy like Jaden Daniels naked, a guy like Hurts naked. You can just have those dudes naked because they can get there and nobody else gets there with them often, right? And so it's not necessary that you have to stack those guys. But the pocket passers, I'll never have a strict pocket passer naked. Never. Because if they really get there, somebody had to get there with them. Because all they do is drop back and throw. So if all your points are just coming from you dropping back, throwing, somebody else has to get there if you get there. So I'll never take a Stafford naked. If I don't care how much he falls. I'm not going to block somebody from getting Stafford just because he keeps falling. Oh, you ain't got nobody to stack Stafford, but he does. Take him. You can have Stafford. Stafford is never going to get there by himself. Never. If he got there, somebody got there with him. And who else is a strict pocket dude? Rodgers. Yeah, Rodgers ain't never getting there without somebody else getting there with him. At this point in his career, yeah, Rodgers will get you probably minus rushing yards this year. Probably going to have minus 10 yards rushing. And so we don't mess with dudes like that without a stack. That's just me. Other people might have different thoughts, and that's fine. But I'm thinking, what's the maximum I can get out of my team? And if those dudes are going to get there, then I got to maybe get a guy with them because then that's going to be one less position that I had to worry about. Do we want to do that? How many receivers I got on this roster? I think I got 7, 2, 5, 7, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5 backs. We can stop on the backs. Receiver, tight end. I think the Bills are one of those teams, man. There's so many guys in the mix that they're going to have to deactivate somebody. Is Josh Palmer even on their team still? Damn, I haven't even looked into that. So Josh Palmer's even on the team. Oh, yeah, they got fucking way too many dudes over there. Shit, I might as well just draft Josh Palmer. Shit, he might reemerge or something for all I know, huh? Nobody's drafting him? Fuck it. We're drafting Joshua Palmer, man. Yeah, why not? Joshua Palmer, man. Everybody forgot about him. Shit, I forgot he was on the team. He might reemerge. No telling, man. So we'll take him here in the 17th round. Still on the roster. Yeah. Nobody's drafting him. Welcome to the Young Moolah Express, man. We like dudes that nobody's drafting. Dawson Knox. Yeah, we got 2 bills late to pair with our guy, the number 1 stunner, Josh Allen. In that Miami game, it could be 45-30, 40-41-28. And Dawson Knox get 2 touchdowns week 17. And we win all the money. That's how we predict shit to happen, man. You got to be thinking of the possibilities for you to win, man. And so I don't see a lot of people with Josh Allen, Joshua Palmer, and Dawson Knox. Do you? Yeah, we're going for the gusto, man. We're going for 0.005% outcomes. Yeah. Because the rest of the team is definitely good enough to get us there. Tight end, we're going to need a little bit of help. Yeah, that's all right. Sadiq could be better than I think. And that'll be the help I get. Freiermuth, everybody's kind of poo-pooing on him lately because of the narrative that Darnell Washington's going to get some big role. Yeah, show me that first. Freiermuth is the receiving tight end until otherwise told otherwise. Right? And so we like this roster build. This is a pretty good roster. We're going to go ahead and review our guy, Green Bean. Let's go, Green Bean. All right, you took your first Brandon Cooks share last night. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. When dudes aren't getting drafted and they could possibly do something, put them on your roster. Yep, still surreal to not only see a blue drafted, but in round 18, these people go restless. Yeah, I have 0 blue, I think. Limbs make week 1 another week. Yeah, you got to get out of week 1, huh? And those are limbs. All right, let's go ahead and check out what we got going here as we will review our guy Green Bean. And then myself, we're going to go through these quickly so that we can jump into another draft right out the gate. Here on Midnight Mondays, we had a BBM. This was a nice BBM room because I didn't know a lot of people in here, which is great. I like those kinds of rooms, which is why we're drafting here at midnight on Mondays. Yeah, I don't want to be in a room with all you sharks, right? Because this Shark Week is coming up. In fact, in case you don't know, Shark Week, I think, is next week. I love Shark Week, man. I'm a nature kind of a guy. And when they show all these animals in their habitat and how they really operate, it gives you, for me, that gives me a mentality, you know. I learn from these kind of situations, these kind of animals, interactions and stuff. I like watching the chimps, the gorillas, the lions, the tigers, the sharks, all that type of stuff, man. I love that type of stuff, man. Because you get to really see the basic instincts as animals and how it causes you to make certain decisions or it causes you to be a certain way, have a certain mentality, right? The Black Mamba, Kobe Bryant, it was all about his mentality, his approach, right? He was a killer, right? Because the Black Mamba is a killer snake. Right? So you learn this type of stuff, man, from studying animals, man. Yep. All right, so let's go ahead and go over these 2 teams here. I got Green Bean. We're going to go ahead and do your team first. All right, Green Bean coming out of the 9 hole. We got Jaden Daniels, Jackson Dart, Daniel Jones, James Cook, Chase Brown, Travis Etienne, Tank Bisbee, Jaden Blue, and Mike Washington. All right, healthy room of 6. I probably wouldn't have went 6 with that kind of a start, but, you know, it works out. Probably would have made it a little shallower backfield, maybe 5 at the most. But you got a lot of contingency value with guys like Blue, Washington, Bigby, and Terry McLaurin, Carnell Tate, Cortland Sutton, Josh Downs, Jalen Coker, and Darnell Mooney to pair with his dart stack. Did you get Likely as well? Harold Fannin, Chigakonkwo, and Greg Dulcich. So you're stacked up, right? Jaden, yeah. Daniel Jones with Downs, yeah. Okay, nice build. Very solid, balanced build, the 3663. All right, and now we go ahead and look at the Young Moolah Express coming out of the 11 hole. We wanted a 2-5-8-3. We got number 1 stunner Josh Allen, tacked on Jordan Love after I took his 2 receivers. Had no choice. And then we got Omarion Hampton, Devon Achane, Bayshaw 210, RJ Harvey, and Marshawn Lloyd, which gives us a pretty good backfield. I like this backfield. The mix got young legs all throughout. And hopefully our guy Marshawn Lloyd is able to stay healthy because I think he'll steal some of that thunder away from Josh Jacobs this year. And we got our wide receiver core of Lad McConkey, Christian Watson, Chris Godwin, Matthew Golden, Stephon Diggs, Jaden Higgs, Trey Tucker, and Joshua Palmer. We wanted to get a share of a guy who's not being drafted with our guy, Josh Allen. We got Kenyon Sadiq, Pat Frybrooke, Dawson Knox. Not a super loaded tight end room, but we'll go ahead and rock with it. We got a guy with a lot of upside, Sadiq. We got a guy, Fryermuth. We'll see what happens with him. I think he'll be fine. Could exceed some expectations, or he could have a reduced role. We don't know which way that's going yet. So we'll see. Then I got Dawson Knox. Dawson Knox is Josh Allen's best friend on the team. Whatever that's worth. I know one thing it's worth. He will be on the field quite a bit. He plays more snaps than Kincaid. Doesn't get as many targets, but he plays more snaps. And he's a big red zone threat. So we'll go ahead and take that touchdown equity. Like I said, week 17, Dawson Knox, 2 touchdowns for the win. All right. That's our thinking there. So let's go ahead and jump into. We're going to go ahead and jump into a fast puppy. We're going to do that right away here at GAB Sports. Let's go ahead and do that right now. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we are in the fast puppy. Oops. Right now. Enter. All right. Let's do it. 4 to go. If you want to go ahead and jump in, if you're not already in, we're going to jump into the fast puppy. Here on Midnight Mondays, we are trying to crank them out. We might crank out both of ours. Who knows? Yeah, we got the 2 buy 2 get 1 free. We might crank them both out right here. We got 1 right now. If we get the chat jumping and y'all want to do the next one, we'll go ahead and do that. Next. We'll do it. But let's see how the thing goes. What we got? The 7th pick, it looks like. Can't see. Yeah, we got the 7th pick. All right, Slade made it in the 6th spot. My buddy Off Night's in here at the 3 hole. Lawsimo with the 2 hole. UC Bearcat. I've seen him around. Duke Dean. Our guy Air Jeff. Oh, we got a lot of friends in this one. Ricky Roma. Gotham guy. I've seen him around. All right, let's go ahead and do this like Brutus here on Midnight Mondays. I like being in the 7 hole in rooms like this because then I can just watch everybody do what they do and let everything fall to me. So I know you guys are going to reach on somebody. I already know it. All of the guys who I know are going to reach on somebody. And so I'm just going to swoop all the value right in the middle. As I'm surrounded by sharks, we're going to go ahead and just sit tight and wait for the leftovers. Because you can get full off leftovers. You know that, right? Yeah. So we'll go ahead and get full off the leftovers that you guys are going to leave me. There's a lot of meat on the bone. Let's see. Who are we taking in the first round? I think I know what I'm doing in the first round. Let's see if I can do it. I'm pretty sure I can. And we are definitely doing it. Slade's not going to do it. Nope. We're pulling up our guy, Ashton Genty, in the 7-hole. Yep. Going with Ashton. Breakout Genty. Ashton Genty, I won't be shocked. I just won't be shocked if he's the number 2 running back in all of fantasy. I won't be shocked. Now, is it likely? No, it's not likely. But I just won't be shocked. If he rushes for like 1,616 touchdowns, I won't be shocked. Which could put him firmly in the bubble of a number 2 type spot. Yeah. Yeah, that can happen, man. That's within the range of outcomes. That's all we're talking about here. Range of outcomes. Do you have that type of a ceiling? Because some people, don't matter what, they ain't going to never do that. Chase Brown ain't never doing that. I mean, let's be realistic. He's never going to do 1,616 touchdowns. Never. That's not in his capabilities. Who's not going to do that? Let's see. Another guy who just ain't going to do that. Breece Hall. Love Breece Hall. You're just never going to do that, though. Yeah, you might do 1,300. But the guys that can give you the 1,600 are the workhorses and the tackle breakers and the home run hitters. You have to have the whole package. Yeah, you got to have the whole package. You got to be a workhorse, number 1, which Breece Hall has not shown to be a workhorse yet. You have to have the tackle breaking ability, which Chase Brown doesn't have. You can't get those kind of touchdowns. You can't break tackles at a high rate. But yeah, some dudes can get that ceiling. Some dudes will never get that ceiling. That doesn't mean they're not good players. They just don't have the ceiling of that. And in best ball, a lot of times it's all about the ceiling. If you can get to that ceiling, it makes a big difference. I'm going to go with A.J. Brown here. So we got Genty, A.J. Brown as a start here in the middle of the draft of our Fast Puppy here on Midnight Mondays. You're rocking with your guy, YUUNGMOOLAHH. Thanks for joining us. This Air Jet almost had 109 JSN. Oh, he almost got JSN. Let's see what happened. I didn't even really see it. He got Jefferson. Yeah. Yeah, JSN at 9 could be good. Could be fool's gold. Who knows, right? I think JSN was just so ultra efficient. And a lot of what he did was schemed up by the offense. I mean, I'm not saying he's not a great player, but Clint Kubiak's a hell of a play caller, man. A hell of a play designer is actually what it really entails. His offensive design is immaculate. And a lot of people forget when they want to credit the Shanahans and all these people for the West Coast offense, the Kubiak, you can't talk about the evolution of the West Coast offense without the Kubiak family. Because when Mike Shanahan was in Denver, his offense coordinator was Gary Kubiak for plenty of years, won championships with him. That's when they actually started winning the championships. It was when Kubiak was the offense coordinator, because he was a good run game designer, everything Kubiak. And so Gary Kubiak, which is Clint Kubiak's dad, is one of the key names in the evolution of West Coast offense, man. So don't think that Kubiak had to learn all this stuff from Shanahan and all that. No, he didn't. He learned from his dad. It was in his own household. So the Kubiak family, they know just as much as the Shanahans, if not more. These are the founders of the offense, too. Don't act like Shanahan them invented this shit. No, they didn't. Shanahan them learned under other people, too. So it's an evolution. And so who adds more to ingredients to this evolution? Right now, some people aren't adapting that well. Shanahan, You ain't really adapting all that well right now. You better start adapting a little more because people might be catching up to what you're doing. As we see, McVay adapted and has changed a lot of his focus and his approach. He's not just predictable anymore. He went to the three tight end personnel, 13 personnel, 12 personnel. He's changed up the game where you can't defend him. He added a new wrinkle. So he keep piling up the points. And that's why I think Kubiak is ahead of the game. This guy can design some offense, man. So the Raiders should be piling up some points this year, man. And so Genty, as the centerpiece, is in line to potentially have a monster year, man. I definitely am on board for that. All right, let's see how this shakes out here. We got coming in the middle. We're up in 4 picks. Our guy Air Jeff has a 0-2-1 along with myself with a 0-2-1, and the guy right next to us with a 0-2-1, and the guy up next has a 0-2-1. So we're all 0-2-1 right here, and we're all next to each other. Let's see who's going to deviate first. Who's the first to deviate? When you deviate, I might stay straight. When you stay straight, I might deviate. So he takes a receiver. Let's see. Is it going to go receiver? Receiver for Duke Dan. Yep. So since y'all all took receivers, what? They gave me neighbors when I was just talking about neighbors in the middle of the 4th? Thank you. Appreciate it. We'll take neighbors. Why? Because we're shooting for 0.005% outcomes. And he's the kind of guy that can get us to those kinds of outcomes. Yeah. Or he might be on the sidelines in a walking boot, in a knee brace. I don't know. Either way, we'll take on the risk because the reward is greater than the risk. I can overcome a 4th round bust in BBM, in best ball, in this puppy, in whatever contest. You can overcome a 4th round bust. Yes, it's been done plenty of times. But if he happens to just ball out, the last half of the season, he might start off slow. He might be dragging his leg for 5-6 games. Come week 8, come week 9. Oh, he's running upright. He's making sharp cuts. He's turning on the jets. He's getting all the targets. If that starts to happen, if that's the story of neighbors, 4th round is going to look like steal. So, yeah, we'll take neighbors 4th round every time, man. Every single time. I passed on last time. Yeah, I sure did. Because I had a different agenda. But we ain't going to pass on them twice. At that price. Yeah, keep sticking in my face. I'm going to take them. All right, let's see what we're going to do here in the 5th round. As we are looking at our guy Lawsimo. Let's see what he's doing over there. Let me see what you're doing over there, Lawsimo. He got a 0-2-3, Bijan and London, Brees Hall, Burden, and Davante. All right, solid start. All right, Ringmaster. Let's see. Okay, we're on the clock. Loveland, 5.6. Ooh-wee, you got a nice one there. You got a nice one there, buddy. Oh, man, we ain't passing on Lamar, man. Nah, man. We're not passing on Lamar at 5.7. Yeah. Give me all the Lamar right now until the end of the draft cycle. Give me all the Lamar. I don't care if I got 28% Lamar by the time this draft cycle is over. I'll be okay. We are rocking with Lamar. And so, where was the neighbors, the Zay Flowers guy? Zay Flowers. Slayden, you passed on Lamar with Zay? But yeah, Loveland was a good deal, though. Probably had a choice between Loveland and Lamar. Yeah, I could see taking Loveland. No big deal. But do you got anything with them? Any Detroit? Nope. Oh, J-Mo went right after you too. Burden. All right, Jaden Daniels just went off the board. With the McLaurin owner, our guy Eric Jeff. All right, we rocking with this one. We will fuck with Jadarian Price. Yep, we'll take Jadarian Price right there. Genty, Travis Etienne, Jadarian Price. As we also have a Hype Monsters video with Jadarian Price. Yeah, check that out here in the archives. And you can also check out our Fiesta Fridays along with our Sunday knockout brunch that we did yesterday. We have a schedule of shows. We won't be able to come with our Wednesday show this week, but you can check out our schedule right here, as I'm going to post it here on the screen. So we have Monday nights, as you're rocking with us right now, with Midnight Mondays, where we come in late night and we start off with a BBM every Monday. That's what we're going to do from here on out. And we also have Wednesdays, our Machiavellian Thoughts, where we discuss topics related to fantasy or maybe not related to fantasy. But we won't be with you this week. We'll be out of town. And so we got Fridays. We got Fiesta Fridays. We usually come with a guest. I don't know if I'm going to have a guest lined up this week, but we'll try to do that. But we will be back Friday for sure. Well, not for sure, but hopefully we will be back Friday, 6:45 p.m. Eastern, Fiesta Fridays. And Sundays we have Knockout Brunch, where we usually compare either two players versus each other, or we go two teams as we did this past Sunday. One of them is getting knocked the fuck out of the battle. And so, yeah, check those out if you like in our archives. And so we are in the 7th round, man. This draft is moving kind of quickly here, as we have a 1, 3, 2 through 6. So we're looking at receiver here. Are we looking at a receiver that we like? We're going to take this guy. We do like him. Yeah, he's a little injured too. It's okay. We're just going to go load up on some dudes who aren't injured. So if we got two dudes who are a little injured, we'll take the rest of them who ain't. Who aren't injured. So we got Pierce and Neighbors, who can both start off a little slow potentially, right? They could potentially start off slow. And with that being said, we're going to need to load up on some receivers who can give us a start that isn't slow. All right. So coming in to the 8th round, we got a 1-3-3 start through 7. Pretty balanced. Our guy, Air Jeff, is on the clock next. He's got a 1-3-3 as well. So we're going neck and neck for some of the same positions, it looks like. As let's see what he's going to do. Josh Downs, okay. Jordan Reed. Yeah, we'll take the next guy we had lined up, which would be Jordan Addison. The 3 J's, Josh, Jaden, and Jordan. We'll take them. We'll take Addison there. And we like our mix of buys throughout our lineup so far. Everybody's kind of on their own little mission for the buys there. So I like that on my team. Okay. Our guy Elias Lawsimo about to pick here. All right. Yeah, this is going to be one of those rooms where there's only 2 spots up for grabs, right? It's going to be tough getting these two spots. Very tough. And let's see how everything shakes out. Uh-oh, we got our guy in the 3-hole with no quarterback yet. 035 off night. All right, so let's see how this shakes out. Because a lot of times the quarterback frenzy happens right about now. There could be a couple that slid so far. There's a couple decent guys. Like that guy was there, and he's got Waddle, so yeah, makes sense. That was well thought out, well executed. You get Waddle, Higgins, QJ. You can make, lots of options that could potentially fall your way there. And let's see where we're at. There should be a tight end we like that's available here. There should be a tight end we like that is available. There is. We don't go by no stinking ADP. No, we're taking a tight end we believe in. The tight end that gave us 41 points in week 15 last year. Yeah, that guy. Kyle Pitts. When everybody was crying because they didn't have no Kyle Pitts, I had about 25% Kyle Pitts in the playoffs. So I had my team's advantage with Kyle Pitts. So we'll take Kyle Pitts right here. Why? Because he's a spike week guy. We like spike week guys. Don't you all like spike week guys, man? Guys that can give you the goods. Guys that can deliver the big game when you need it most. Yep. We'll take those kind of dudes all day, every day. We are up in 2 picks here. On Midnight Mondays, you're drafting a fast puppy here. What you got, Young Moolah? Appreciate you all coming on in, joining us. And if we want to do a third draft, let me check out the likes. What we got going on here? We got to do it. We got to do it if y'all can give me a certain amount of likes here. Let's see. What do we want here? Let's take this guy. Do we go with Rashad White? Yeah, we go with Rashad White. I know there's certain picks that won't get back to me, and I'm okay with that. They won't get back. I understand the game. You got to understand the game. Certain dudes won't get back to you, so you make your decision which one is more critical. And that's another guy in the ambiguous backfields, Rashad White. Taking a stance on Rashad White in that Washington backfield, which is a very lucrative backfield. If you get it right, there's going to be lots of points that these guys can score out of that backfield. It may come down to 2 guys splitting it. It may come down to 3 guys having a role, which would be a headache. But one thing I do know, Rashad White and Jaden Daniels are like this. And so he didn't come over there without the approval and recommendation of Jaden Daniels. And so I believe he'll be highly integrated in this offense. To what role, we don't know. Is it just the third down role and some running down role? Or is he going to have the majority of the role and these other dudes are just fighting for the backup? That's yet to be determined. But let's go ahead and see where we're at with the likes. We got 10 likes. Okay, let's see. I got to do better than that. We got 10 likes. Let's go ahead and see where we're at with the likes. We got 10 likes. Okay, I got to do better than that. Yeah, let's go ahead and get us up to, we'll get 16 likes. We get to 16 likes. We'll go ahead and do another draft. So that's 6 more likes before the end of this draft. 6 more likes before the end of this draft. Go ahead and do another draft here. we'll jump into another fast puppy. Yeah, we'll rock another one. If we get 16 likes here, let's go ahead and do what you got to do. Send out the bat signal. Bring some more people all in here. Give me the 16 likes and we will get you another draft here on Midnight Mondays. All right, yesterday they screwed me in my auto draft. They auto drafted a Brandon Ayuk, and I did not have him in my queue at all. I don't know how the hell they did that. And I had some dudes in my queue, and somehow I ended up with Brandon Ayuk. It's the weirdest shit ever. That's my last pick. I would never draft this dude. I'm not drafting this dude. But yet he got auto drafted when he wasn't even in my queue. That's my last pick. Never drafting Brandon Ayuk. Never. This guy has lost his damn marbles. God bless him. Maybe he's having some mental issues. Somebody reach out and intervene on this guy's behalf. Give him some help. I can't put you on my team. Not at all. So, don't know how that happened, but it happened. Good thing it was an 18th round pick, which is kind of disposable sometimes anyway, right? But I did have a good plan for it. As a guy has slipped, man, I was like, wow, this dude's still there. I'm taking him. Then I ended up taking Ayuk. But stuff happens here in these best ball streets. That's out of our control sometimes. All right, so who did we got here? We're sitting on a 1-4-5-1. Let's see what the board looks like. Okay. Coming around the 11-12 turn. Head toward the middle. Okay. I'm on the clock next. We are on the clock. Let's see what we can do with this one. 1-4-5-1. We're pulling up a guy. We are pulling him up. That'll be Denzel Boston. Yeah. We are putting some bets on the Cleveland Browns. And we think this is one of those guys who could end up emerging as one of the top threats, if not the top threat on the team. Yeah, it's possible. Who ended up with Kelce Concepcion? Let's see. He's another rookie dude that could end up doing something over there. Kelce Concepcion went to the corner. UC Bearcat. Wow. Kind of shocked at that a little bit. That you guys let him get to the corner over there. Kelce Concepcion. Yeah. All right. I was going to take him at 114, but I'd rather have taken the back there. Came down to those two picks. All right, let's get up to 16 likes, man. We'll do another draft. Where we at? We are at 10 likes right now. Doesn't look like we're going to make it. All right. Thanks anyway. Appreciate you all coming, checking us out here. GAB Sports. We got a late rush. We can get a late rush. I'm not going to give up on y'all. Smash the like as you enter the building or exit. We'd appreciate it. And we'll give you another draft if we get it. So who do we draft here? Do we need another tight end? Yeah, we're going to go with our young dude once again. We're rocking with him. We are rocking with this dude, man. Kenyan Sadiq. Adding some more shares here ahead of training camp of guys like this who I think could potentially rise in the coming weeks. These are usually the talented rookies are the dudes that can showcase some things in training camp. Or guys, young second-year, third-year backs, guys who have been kind of on the fringes of maybe doing something. The Jonathan Brookses of the world, the Marshawn Lloyds of the world, the Bashal Tutums of the world, the Blake Corms of the world. These are some of the dudes, the Jaden Blues of the world, that if they start off training camp fast and great reports, they can move up the charts, even if they're at a pretty high price already, like a Jonathan Brooks. A guy like a Jonathan Brooks, if training camp starts out well for this guy and he's just looking great, outclassing Shuba Hubbard, he will overtake him in ADP. If these reports come out a certain way, I can easily see those two dudes flip-flop their ADP here. And so these are some of the things that I'm looking to happen for, and I'm trying to be on the front end of. I'm listening out for these things, and you got to be on the front end of some of this stuff. If you wait for it to happen, then everybody see it happen. Then you wait, then you're gonna paying that high price. I don't want to pay a high price. I want to pay a reasonable price. We're going with the Jets. We're going with the Jets. Jets, Jets, Jets. Jets, 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 Jets. So we got A.D. Mitchell as well as Kenyon Sadiq. Pull them both up. Because ADP be damned this late in the draft, 14, 15, 30 round. Who cares about ADP that late? Just get the best dudes on the board. Get the guys who can contribute. Their ADPs don't matter this late. Anybody tells you that differently doesn't know best ball. The ADPs from the 14th, 15th round to the 18th round don't matter at all. Get the guys who are going to contribute. That's it. Because I can take a dude in the 17th round that's as good as a guy in the 14th round. So then, if he's normally in the 16th round and I take him in the 14th round, as long as he's good, it didn't matter which one of those rounds I took him at. Because you might not have got him in this particular draft. If you waited till where he normally goes, you might not get him. So I'm taking the dudes who I think is going to produce. I don't care what round I'm taking them here right now. So that's just my line of thought. Let's see how many tight ends I got. 2. I got Pitts. I got Sadiq. I knew that guy wasn't going to make it to me. But we'll find somebody else. Gunnar Helm getting some buzz, isn't he? Gunnar. That guy Gunnar. Gunnar Helm. Let's see. Where's our Garrett Wilson owner? Oh, he's on that side of me. Sorry, buddy. I'm taking Geno. I just built a double stack of Geno, so I'm taking it. We will take Geno right there. And yep, we need to do something else. Got 4 running backs. Okay. 2 tight ends. 4-4-7-3. I mean, 2-4-7-3. I'll never take 4 quarterbacks with Lamar, but I might take 3. 3-5-7-3. Let's see. Receiver room looks pretty strong. Yep, I don't need no more. Although I do got neighbors. Maybe an 8th one wouldn't be bad. Possible. Do I really have to have another tight end, or should I rock with these 2 Pitts and Sadiq the whole year? Pitts and Sadiq the whole year. That's definitely a possibility. All right, so I think we're just going to go ahead and check out all the people in this room and call it a night, man. We'll just do that. Thanks for joining us here on Midnight Mondays. We rocked 2 drafts, had a quick discussion. Appreciate you, man, for all coming through. All right. Let's catch it with the chat for a second. All right. Y'all, you weren't sure if KOC was scheming Addison open or Addison was just a TD machine. Oh, we're on the clock, man. I almost missed my pick. Oh, no, we got our dude queued up. He's already queued up. Locked up our quarterback room. So let's see what we want to do with these last 2 picks. All right. All right, we got our last few picks queued on up. Queued on up. Yes. Tell Lamar I'm sorry. Yeah, I will. He'll be on the YUUNGMOOLAHH Express. He's going to be like, man, you had flowers. You didn't take me, man. Nah, you got a good squad anyway. He likes his ears scratched and leave it on the cartoon channel when you leave him home alone. That's funny. All right. Got Maddie Golden, tasted a lot like vegetables. Yep. Right. I'm 5 picks away. I got Air Jeff. My Q messed up twice. I picked Jordan Addison and Rashad White and gave me 2 other players. I know, man. Sometimes, I don't know, man. Sometimes there's some mysterious stuff that happens in these rooms, man. In these draft boards and in the software, man. I don't know what's going on sometimes. Uh-oh. Who took Lloyd? Oh, I knew it was you, man. You little creeper. The one guy who knows me the best in this game is sitting here stealing all my plays. I knew you was going to be trying to steal my plays, man. That's all right. We got this guy. We just talked about ambiguous backfields and training camp news that you might hear. You might hear this dude is lighting it up. You just might. That'd be Nick Singleton. He just might blow the doors off the competition over there and just say, I'm the best dude over here. It's a potential thing that can happen. And we got 1 pick left. We're going to use it judiciously. Let's see, it's coming down to these 2 positions and a couple of players. One guy we're hearing lots of good things about. Don't think we can resist him this late with the build we have. We're going to do it. We're rocking it. I'm not taking no stinking 3rd tight end that's a backup. A guy that has no upside and that might give you 30 catches for 350 yards and 4 touchdowns all year. Nah. We ain't going out like that. We're going for the home runners. We're going for dudes that can give us 60 catches for the season, 55 catches for 750, 800 yards, and 6-7 touchdowns. We want that kind of a ceiling with our 18th round picks. We're not trying to be safe and protect my 2 tight end room. Don't give a damn about no 2 tight ends. I'll just stick with those 2. Kyle Pitts, 41 points, week 15 last year. You don't need no help. We're taking Isaiah Bond. Yeah. Guy that is lighting it up all off season. Can it transition to training camp and the postseason? I mean, the regular season. I believe it can. He came in and showed up last year kind of late because there were some legal issues and he didn't get drafted, right? There were some legal issues that I hear were kind of bogus. And so when they finally signed this dude, they gave this dude a pretty decent contract for an undrafted guy. And all things that I'm hearing and the videos that I was seeing all off season so far, OTAs, this dude is lighting it up. Yeah. Isaiah Bond been killing them out there. So we're going to rock with some Isaiah Bond, man. And we'll just do it like that. All right. So let's go ahead and riff through these teams right here. If I could talk David Montgomery into a wig, I could support the all dreads running back drill. That's a good one. Yep. I love how Singleton can't win if either guy in front of him gets traded. Also, not just injured. Yeah, it's possible, man. You can trade a guy, right? Guys can get traded. Guys can go down because we haven't seen anything from Singleton yet. Singleton is one of those guys that he didn't really go to the combine or anything like that, but very talented guy. All right, let's go ahead and rip through some of these teams. We're going to start off with Young Moolah's team first. We got a 3-5-8-2. Lamar Jackson, Geno Smith, Shedeur Sanders, Ashton Jeanty. We got a 3-5-8-2, 5 backs. Ashton Jeanty, Travis Etienne Jr., Jadarian Price, Rashad White, Nicholas Singleton. We got, again, young fresh legs with one veteran, or 2 veterans, Rashad White, Travis Etienne. And then we got, look at this receiver room. We got dudes all over who have pretty good roles. A.J. Brown, Malik Neighbors, Alec Pierce, Jordan Addison, Rashid Shaheed, Denzel Boston, A.D. Mitchell, Isaiah Bond. Oh, man. This might be too fire, man. We might have to go call the fire department, but extinguish this fire, that room. Then we got Kyle Pitts, Kenyon Sadiq. We got one veteran now. Pitts is not a youngster no more. He's a 5-year veteran. So he's ready to do his thing with a fresh new contract. Oh, like that team. Young Middle Express. Yeah, we're rocking on that one. All right, we're going to go with our guy, Lawsimo, out of the 2-hole. Thanks for joining us, Lawsimo. He got a 3-5-7-3 as well. Oh, I had a 3-5-8-2. He got a 3-5-7-3. He's got Patrick Mahomes, Jared Goff, Aaron Rodgers. All right, he's got the veterans. He's got the guys ready to go, commanders of their offense, guys who know what to do on their teams. Not a bad room there. Consistency and continuity, that's what I was going to say. Continuity is big in fantasy sports. When the guys have been in the same systems with the same teams year after year, it's something you can, it's bankable points. Something to be said for continuity. We got Bijan Robinson, Breece Hall, Tony Pollard, J.K. Dobbins, and Tyjae Spears. So he's got the other 2 Tennessee guys, and I kind of leveraged against you. And so we'll see how that works out. Nice backfield all together, though. Drake London, Luther Burden, Devontae Adams, DK Metcalf, Travis Hunter, Calvin Ridley, Pat Bryant, George Kittle, Brenton Strange, Pat Frymouth. Very strong, balanced, well-choreographed team. Wouldn't expect nothing else from our guy, Lawsimo. Yep, so he's going to be tough contender in this. I know our guy Off Night is listening, and he probably just doesn't chat, but he's listening. He's got a 3-5-7-3. We got Bo Nix, Malik Willis, Jacoby Brissett. Very good mix of different kinds of players here. You got Bo Nix, game manager extraordinaire, but he's a game manager. And we got Malik Willis, very wild cardish kind of a dude who can, get it going with his legs. And then we got Jacoby Brissett, who can move that offense over there. Jeremiah Love, Bashal Tutin, Blake Corum, Marshawn Lloyd, and LaQuint Allen. I haven't seen many of him getting drafted, but you double up on the Jacksonville guys. Then you got another backup in Corum, backup in Lloyd, and Jeremiah Love. Hoping for some things from some guys here, and you got a couple dudes who I really like. Okay, we got Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. Oh, didn't get Burrow though, huh? Nope. Yeah, you knew you wasn't going to get Burrow, man. In this kind of a room, somebody's going to snake him naked. You got Jalen Waddle, Marvin Harrison, Quentin Johnson, Trey Tucker, and Trey Harris. Got 2 Chargers, 2 Bengals. Yeah. All right. Travis Kelce with the Chargers stack. Run back. And you got Dallas Goedert, Greg Dosage. Okay. I like the build. I like it. Let's see. What happened with the Burrow stuff? Who took Burrow naked? Ah! He snagged him right in front of you. Gambatron said, you ain't getting Burrow. I'm taking Burrow naked. He snatched him right in front of you. 1 pick ahead of you. That's where that shit happens, man. That's how shit goes down. Sometimes it's going to happen. I got Slayton out of the 6 hole. He's got Caleb Williams, CJ Stroud, Sam Darnold. All right. Trio of guys with something to prove, something to maybe like expand upon. Like Caleb Williams come off a very decent season. Let's see if he can take that next step. I'm with you. I think he will. CJ Stroud, a lot of questions. They ain't even re-signed him yet because they haven't seen enough of this guy. So he's got to bounce back, get back to being one of the top passers. Possibly he can do it this year. Sam Darnold, coming off an amazing season, won the Super Bowl. Year before that, he threw for like 40 touchdowns. But can he operate in a new system, or at least a new offensive coordinator? He might try to keep a lot of things the same, but I don't think the play calling is going to be exactly the same. So can Sam Darnold adapt another season? Possibly can. Maybe he's just really good now. Jonathan Taylor, Demo, Ramondre, Kyle Monangai, Alvin Kamara. Yeah, a little different mix of a backfield here. All from pretty good teams here, pretty good offensive teams. So we should see some production out of that backfield. Nico, he bet on the Houston. He's got Stroud, Demo, Nico so far. And Tank Dale, I see. Zay Flowers, Matthew Golden, Jaden Higgins as well. Debo, Jeremy Bernard, Tank Dale, Wharton. Oh, he got a lot of faith in that Houston offense there. But that's fine. You ran it back with Golden, so that's good. You got some game stacking there. You got Colson Loveland and Dalton Kincaid. Colson with his Caleb Williams. All right, I like the construction. Yep, you went with some teams that you're just banking on. Chicago, Houston. Yeah, I like that build. And you got Horton to go with your guy Darnold. All right, let's see who else we got up in here. All good builds so far. All good builds. I think there was somebody else, wasn't it? Our guy, Eric Jeff. Out of the 9 hole. We got Eric Jeff with a 3663. That's usually speaks of a balanced build. Let's see if it is a balanced build. Jaden Daniels, Kyler Murray, Tua Tagovailoa. All right. Starting off balanced already. Big Dog, Kyron Williams, Chuba Hubbard, Jordan Mason, Isaiah Pacheco, John Tucker. That's kind of what I would like to see out of a 6 running back room. Pretty balanced. Like I said, it should be a balanced lineup. Justin Jefferson, Terry McLaurin, Roma Dunze, Josh Downs, Stephon Diggs, Malik Washington. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. So that's pretty balanced. That's still on brand. And you got Chig, Hawkinson, Parkinson. Yep. Balanced team, as I said. The balanced approach is usually when it's going to be steady. And if you get the right kind of weeks that alternate from some of your guys, you'll be perfectly fine and right in the mix competing. So again, good combinations, good construction. So we got a pretty tough room here. It's not going to be easy to get out of this room. And so we're going to go ahead and sign off right here. What you got, Young Moolah? Thanks for coming in, drafting with us here on Midnight Mondays on GAB Sports. And we want to go ahead and bring you up to speed on our road to 300 subs. Yes, we are on that road to 300 subs. 300 subscribers by the end of Best Ball Hot Summer. If we got this 300 subs, we will go ahead and bring to you our Week 1 DFS picks. can go ahead and check out in the archives we also have here at GAB Sports, where we did our season last year of DFS, and those are in the archives here as well. So check that out. So you can get a little glimpse of what our process is like here. All right, what we got going on here? All right. Thanks for the fun. All right. Appreciate you, my man. Yep. All right. Aloha, my guy. Here, Jeff. Yeah, we'll go ahead and check that out. The archives, you can see our DFS picks. And we also had some picks in our playoffs last year where we picked some games. And so that gives you a glimpse of our process because we work on matchups from a matchups perspective. And we know that Vegas is going to be soft these first few weeks. So let's go ahead and get to that 300 subscribers. And we will go ahead and release those free to you week 1. NFL top DFS picks and also NFL pick'ems. All right. Thank you for joining us here on Midnight Mondays. We'll go ahead and see you Friday for Fiesta Fridays. Where we come in and have a little ball, man. We're just going to do our thing on Fiesta Fridays. So we'll see you then. All right. Peace out.
Like maps, 3 moves ahead, no cap. You draft on vibes and dreams. I build my league from scratch. My bench got hidden gems. Your roster full of names. I spot the league before it shows, then pour salt on the game. I trade like a casino, flip risk in the gold. You chase last week's fireworks, I chase the box score code. I know the soft matchups line up buffets in the rain. I turn a sleepy Sunday into a money train. Check the line, I'm locked in. Every pick got teeth. You bring a hot take, I bring season long receipts. I got the crown, I got the crown. Draft day, I run this town. Stack my wins, cash my clout. Say my name when lights go out.
It's your boy Young Moolah, man.